Kumar, your favorite Hindu girl in the San Fernando Valley. What's a poppin'? It's the first day of school, and I thought we should have a check-in. I think we can all agree that last year sucked for a number of reasons.
Alright, so what you just saw there was the intro to the show, Never Have I Ever. I'm going to be watching the first episode of this show, and I'm going to be giving it an honest review. I want to see what this show has to bring.
This is Devi Vishwakumar. She's a 15-year-old Indian American girl from Sherman Oaks, California. Her story starts when her parents, Nalini and Mohan, moved to the United States in September 2001. Not a super chill time to be a brown person in America.
Well, they're already making a 9/11 reference. This is a pretty low blow from the show, to be honest.
Mohan had a heart attack.
Mohan! Somebody call 911!
Well, I guess things got pretty bad for her. Her dad is no more.
Davy's legs stopped working.
What? Okay, so now they've brought in a new issue. How does this even happen to somebody? Actually, honestly, knowing this show and its writers, we're probably never gonna get that question answered.
And now she was in a wheelchair.
One day, you will walk again. This is worse than if it were happening to me.
So now we've introduced the two side female characters who are supposed to help her. Obviously, they're not allowed to be white because if they're white, would we have racial diversity? No. Anyways, so they chose a black person and a Chinese person.
Paxton Hall Yoshida, the hottest guy at
Okay, so this is allegedly the guy she wants to get with. She doesn't care about nerds. This guy who's, I guess, good at swimming is the one that caught her eye. And
actually worked a miracle.
Come on, dude, give me a turn.
So now we're just writing away the problem we wrote ourselves into. I bet one of the writers were like, guys, killing her dad isn't enough. You know what we should do? We should make her paralyzed. You know, I was like, well, genius idea. That totally makes sense in the story. What's the reason she gets paralyzed? The other writer's like, no reason. She doesn't get paralyzed for any reason. Then how are we going to make her unparalyzed for the rest of the show? Because she shouldn't be in a wheelchair for the rest of the show. That's not what we want. I'm like, let's just say the hot guy, when she's looking at the hot guy, she stands back up. Really? Really? Is this what we're doing now? That is a horrendous way of wording her situation, bro. Like, even as the alleged narrator, that's crazy.
Devi, don't be rude to your beautiful cousin.
Okay, first of all, glazing. Second of all...
I'm not that beautiful.
Sorry, are you?
Okay. They really had to hit it home. They were like, for the 1% of audience members that just don't get turned on by this model actress we've hired, why don't we just try to convince them even further by having this average-looking bicycle guy crash into a fucking recycling bin to show how hot she is. Just so, you know, we can be as fucking jealous as Devi. We, by we, I mean the teenage girl audience. Because I, as a teenage girl, am really jealous right now.
If you could actually learn a little bit from her.
Well, this is actually a good point. You know, Kamala seems like a very normal person. She just seems like a slightly better character, even though they're trying to portray her as, like, an obstacle. Something that gets in the way of every teenage girl dream is the other teenage girl that they have to be jealous of. I think this actual other woman is a pretty reasonable person.
Everybody's staring at her, but it
Maybe
didn't
because
matter.
she can fucking walk again. Maybe that's why everyone's staring.
Have you seen the nurse's new haircut? I love it.
Okay. Note number 1. Nobody talks about this at high school. 2 girls that are entering sophomore year, I can predict no one will ever talk about the nurse's haircut, bro. You could rather have them have a conversation, oh, yesterday I braided my pubes, and that would make a lot more sense than the conversation, oh, did you see the nurse's hair today? That would be more believable. Obviously, no one gives a fuck about the nurse's hair in high school, bro. I didn't even go to the nurse.
I rollerbladed. Who says we're not cool? We're the only students who get to eat in the teacher's lounge.
Yeah, we can't do that anymore. We need to eat with kids our own age.
Okay, so she is actually making some points. I do think her friends are dorks.
Last year was a freshman shit fest.
Are you saying that because of your mobility issue?
What? No, nobody even remembers that.
Sup, FDR?
To be a complete stranger, to go up to the disabled girl, the previously disabled girl, and say, what up, FBR? You have to be a D1 hater. This girl must have been, like, rolling her wheels all over your shoe every single day of your life for you to be this petty to go up to her. Like, if you actually hated her, you would have probably pushed her while she was still in her wheelchair form. Like, pushed her off a cliff or something. Why is this guy being this petty now? She can walk again. What's the point in calling her FDR if she can walk now? You're not insulting anything. This is bad writing. This is a bad way of making her look like some loser in school. Because one, the timing was, well, right after she mentioned it. It's not like we can let it marinate for a bit because the audience can't, like, take in something for like 5 seconds and keep it in their brain. So we just got to show them instantly, oh, yeah, people hate her. Look, example 1 right here. It's like a PowerPoint presentation that I'm watching. Second of all, this isn't even a practical way of showing why people would hate her. That's an impractical hater right there. That kid probably hates everybody.
Boyfriends? I've chosen to attain.
A boyfriend? Dude, I can't get a boyfriend. Oh, I can't get a boyfriend. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, I'll summarize the next part. She's like, friends, sit with boys because you want them to be your boyfriends. And every day you will edge them closer into being your boyfriend using manipulation tactics. Oops. And she literally picked a gay dude for herself, so I honestly don't know how that's gonna work.
Disgusted reaction belongs to Ben Gross, Davy's nemesis.
Kamala, your parents have found you a match for marriage.
Guys, it's...
Oh, that's so wonderful. A husband from India. Someone I've never met before. Perfect stranger. How exciting.
Honestly, the delivery of those lines were really bad. It sounds like she shouldn't have said, like, 5 different reactions at once. And she just, like, spammed through them. She pressed the A key, like... She's like, oh, perfect stranger. Super exciting. Blah, 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 blah. Like, she was, like, skipping dialogue there, bro.
Kamala does nothing and gets a full husband in the mail. Meanwhile, I'm trying to trick a gay guy into going to Johnny Rockets with me.
You know what's really dumb? I can't understand that this girl thinks that this is an undesirable outcome for anyone. Literally, you said you didn't want the AP nerds. This guy, Prashant, seems like a nerd. It doesn't seem like he's the jock that you're even trying to look for. So if you got stuck in the same situation where you had an arranged marriage with one of these AP nerds, you wouldn't even be happy in that situation. What are you getting jealous about? So in this next part, her dad comes back to life because I don't know what happens. Just kidding, it's a hallucination. So now clearly she's been devastated. Her first day didn't go as planned, so well, we're going to see what happens next. We're going to see what... I actually don't even know her name is going to do. Okay, first of all, issue number 1. That fall sounded like the most tamest fall I've heard in my life, and it was probably on a blunt surface. How does she get a cut when she falls on a blunt surface like the floor that she tripped on? She'd have to fall on like a pencil or a scissor standing up to even get a cut like that with blood coming out. So the most likely explanation is that she should be bruised, not cut. This guy's like, dude, you're bleeding. You might get people AIDS. And then she's like, that you say no one to fuck me. And I guess that was exactly the reason why they showed her blood, because they thought it'd be clever. But that kind of like makes no sense with the rest of the plot. You're kind of sacrificing that for these half-assed lines.
Shut up, my dad's hot.
All right. Her exact expression is how I'm feeling right now, too.
That doesn't mean anything. Those responses were very hurtful. Go to the principal's office.
He sends them to the principal's office because they kind of cooked his dumbassery, but he didn't send it to them because this dude literally screamed out to the class, my dad is so hot. What are they getting punished for? This guy's such a petty teacher.
Look who it is. Tweedledum and Tweedle-idiot. You will...
And now we're introduced to my second favorite character.
Like a punishment. You're in trouble.
I can't. I'm supposed to go cheer.
Okay, there's clearly an issue here. This dude hasn't responded with one word. You've sent him like 5 texts. You've honestly quintuple texted him at this point. You've texted him 5 separate times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this dude, guess how many responses had? None. He's literally left you on red. It literally says red at the bottom. Red. This is your sign to honestly delete and block his number. You should block his contact and just walk away. That's your sign now. You don't need to show up. You need to leave. This guy has nothing to say to you. Leave. Go away. But, you know, show's got a show, so let's see what happens.
Like, I could name every class you've had for the last 2 years.
Okay, now she really needs to leave. She made it even worse than it was before. Now you...
And I know you'd never be my boyfriend because you're you and I'm me. But I was wondering if you would ever consider having sex with me?
So she was like, I know you're not going to be my boyfriend, which is quite close and personal. Let's do something more personal. Fuck me. What? What are you thinking? Obviously this isn't going to work. But once again, show has got a show.
Yeah. Okay.
And now we get to the part where the show just showed. Yeah, okay. This girl just told you, well, let's put ourselves in this situation. Let's take my female audience and let's put ourselves in this situation. You have a dingling now. And this girl comes up to you and she's like, hey, I've been watching you in all your classes. And I'm in one of them. And I'm disabled. Or I was. Till I saw you. And I'm trying to say, you know, I ain't really girlfriend material. Because you that guy. But wanna fuck? Now, even as a guy would be concerned about this. He should have honestly continued his mewing streak and just walked away at this point. But Lord forbid he did something else and he said, no, actually, yeah, let's fuck.
Wow. Okay. Twist.
Okay, see, this is the part where she should actually walk away. You don't sell the bag now. You literally got him in the bag because of a 1 in 1 million chance in the universe. The stars aligned, and in this universe, this dude was like, oh, I'll see if those legs, I could put those disabled legs to work, is what he was probably thinking in his head. And this is your chance, and now you're just talking like this nonsense. Just get the hell out of there! And that's the end of the first episode. What are my thoughts? Well, character-wise, they're written pretty bad. Except for the principal, who hates them. And the therapist, who gives good advice. Next, plot. It gets like, they have a plot, okay? But then they like sacrifice their own plot and the logistics of the plot working for sake of like mid-dialogue at best. So that's not really the best. Also, least probable thing is this dude saying yes to the sex. What? Okay, what else is there? I mean, set design, sound, production value is good. But it's a Netflix show, right? Shouldn't it have to be like on par? So that doesn't really count. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think of this. Where I look at shows, first episodes, and I give honest thoughts.